Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to look at or try to answer the question of how long will it take for the next altcoin cycle. Um, Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, if you are in the camp that alt season is over, Bitcoin's below the 20-week moving average, like it's not that time to be so bullish on altcoins like the month of March to April and early May was. Um, then you might be asking yourself, okay, down the line, like how long is it going to take? Um, well, one thing to note is what you can do is just look at the times when Bitcoin is gaining back dominance on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and that's what I have mapped here. So these are moves. It didn't matter. I mapped it. It didn't matter if Bitcoin was above or below the 20-week moving average. I just wanted to know where and how long these inflated where Bitcoin gains back the market dominance in the entire asset class. So we have durations in 2020 all the way back to 2017. So these three blocks, I would say, are during the last cycle. Unfortunately, we only get data until 2014, so not necessarily the time of the cycle before. So 2014 brings us to about here when we also broke the 20-week moving average here. So keep that in mind. With that said, we have one, two, three, four, five, six durations of Bitcoin where it kind of led the market either through a big dump where it was the end of the bull market, or these Bitcoin swells like what we experienced back here in like the fall of 2020 when Bitcoin came to like $50,000. Obviously, like the altcoin market got crushed by valuations by Bitcoin, and Bitcoin outpaced the market. And so as you can see, uh, everything other than say duration of 2018 and 2017, part of 2017, odds are it's going to take about 130 or 40 some days. We have a duration of 154 days, 133, 133, and 133. Crazy, eh? Crazy how like 133 days kind of lines up pretty well. But I mean, these are loosely drawn out. I mean, you can finagle it, determine where the peak was, but in any case, around 130 days, give or take a week or so. Uh, there is a case of 56 days and case of 77 days. So with that said, if we're not in altcoin season and are we expecting Bitcoin dominance to increase, where does that leave us? Well, we could take the week of May 10th as the start, and we can kind of let's do all the points here. So 56 days and 77 days. So 56 days would bring us to here. Brings us to July 21st, the week of July 21st. Let's do it again to 77 days, and that would bring us to the end of July, essentially, just adding a month, right? So now let's add 133 days. 133 days would bring us to about September, around the fall. And the max that we see is 154 days, which would bring us all the way to, more further into fall. We're in October. So these are kind of the time frames that I'm looking at, of how long it will take for a reversal for Bitcoin dominance. Now, all of this hinges on the fact that Bitcoin is probably going to, it might rally, but it'll stay below the 20-week moving average for quite some time. You know, if that is the case, it's going to take a long time for Bitcoin to get back above the 20-week moving average. It might potentially involve a rejection off the 20-week moving average the first time and getting back above it maybe the second or third time it tries. Um, with that said, it can also include Bitcoin at some point breaking the 20-week moving average and getting a little bullish and outpace the market a little bit until altcoins get back that liquidity. Um, with that, and those are all scenarios that can or can't happen. But just if we're looking on just a length time of length term, on just basing it off of the strength of Bitcoin versus altcoins, these are the time frames we're looking at. We're looking at either as early as July, the beginning of July, so next month, or as late as the fall until we start to see some kind of reversal in altcoins gaining back that dominance. And that's pretty much it. This I just wanted to make a simple video on just trying to um, instill the idea that this might take a lot longer than we'd like it to happen, right? The last few months we have been privileged to experience a pretty good altcoin season. It came from the point of 71% Bitcoin dominance to as low as 39.94 in a matter of months. That is unbelievable, and something like if you weren't able to capitalize on that and you were holding altcoins, I don't know what you're doing. But like this was a crazy move. So with that said, um, reversals happen. I mean, we have six instances of that happening. There's no reason why it shouldn't happen again. But we'll take it 1 week at a time. This is obviously, regardless if you think it's 56, 77, 133 days, or it's going to take 154 days, regardless of how long it takes, you know that um, it is possible. Altcoins can't boom forever, and Bitcoin does take back that market share to some degree. If it's any consolidation, it's the moves upwards don't really necessarily um, come back to the point of where it dropped off, right? So like this bounce here is most likely never going to go back to 71% Bitcoin dominance. Something much smaller, I would imagine, is more likely, unless you're in a bear market. So like we see here, 2018 to 2019, this was when Bitcoin broke below the 20-week moving average. We spent years below it and struggling to get back above it. And it was only until, 2019 where we saw the altcoins get back into the game. And then we saw on, December 2020, the turn of the year to 2021, that's when it really, really started cranking. So it's going to take time. Be patient, and it will come back the other way. We just don't know when. This is just a general sense of how long it might take using the last cycle, um, and the moves of Bitcoin dominance for that. And we'll see how this plays out. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.